Now tributes are being paid to the singer-songwriter Terry Hall, who has died at the age of 63.
Best known, of course, as the frontman of the ska band The Specials. He found fame in the 70s and 80s with hits like Ghost Town, Gangsters, Too Much, Too Young. He also enjoyed chart success with Fun Boy 3. And Mark Savage has been looking back at his life.
The Specials emerged from Coventry at the end of the 1970s, bringing black and white musicians together at a time of racial tension. Fronted by Terry Hall, their music was upbeat but socially conscious, and their first 7 singles made the top 10, culminating in this.
This place is coming like a ghost town.
Ghost Town, released in 1981 as riots spread and unemployment soared across the UK, and Terry Hall's downbeat delivery captured the despondency. After Ghost Town, Hall formed another band, Fun Boy 3. Their songs were often lighter, but Hall didn't shy away from more difficult topics. One song dealt with his abduction and sexual abuse at the age of 12.
And that's when my mental health problems appeared. And in that period, the only thing that I could do was take Valium at 14.
Although the episode left Hall with lifelong depression, music was a solace. He rejoined the Specials in 2008, and a decade later, the band scored their first ever #1 album. Hall said it was a long time coming. In a statement on Monday night, the band said Hall had died after a brief illness. Neville Staple, who sang with him in both the Specials and Fun Boy 3, said the news was a shock.
It's really hit me hard. We fronted the Specials and Fun Boy 3 together, making history. I'd like to send my condolences to his wife and family.
Missed he will be, but his legacy from a golden age of political pop will never be forgotten.
Terry Hall, who has died at the age of 63, and our entertainment correspondent Colin Patterson is here to talk about him this morning, because there's been such a big reaction, hasn't there, overnight?
I mean, for people of a certain age,
yes.
The Specials were their band. The Specials look, the black and white clothes, took over schools. You know, they were huge at school discos. In fact, a lot of people are reminding people this morning of, do you remember the Father Ted episode where the priests go to the disco and the only record they have is Ghost Town, and they have to play it again and again and again. But they were such an important band because of what they stood for. The fact at the end of the 70s, there was all kinds of race problems, and here was a band that celebrated the fact that they had black and white members, wore the black and white clothes, and sang these songs about issues. They sang about issues which could be in the Economist, but then they appeared on the front of smash hits.
With that band, but then his influence continued right up to the current day with so many artists, so many different genres.
Yeah, he left. He quit when they were #1 with Ghost Town backstage at Top of the Pops to form Fun Boy 3, who were rather different, teaming up with Bananarama twice, big hits like Really Saying Something. And yeah, there was so much joy in those acts. And then he worked with other acts like Vegas and also the Colourfield, who were almost an easy listening tribute act, and you could sort of see his influence in so many acts. I remember being at Glastonbury in 2007. Lily Allen was on the Pyramid stage and brought Terry Hall on to do Gangsters. That's one of the reasons the Specials got back together. 2009, the Specials had got back together, were playing the V Festival, and brought on one of their biggest fans for the finale, Amy Winehouse, who came on and did Ghost Town. So Damon Albarn from Blur, someone else who has said just what a huge influence the Specials were to him, and he worked with Terry Hall, putting out an album on his record label of Terry Hall's and writings. In fact, right at the peak, I think it was back in about 94, 95 at Park Lifetime, he wrote a song with Terry Hall for Terry Hall because he was such a fan of his.
Colin, it is great to be able to pay tribute to him this morning. Thank you so much for coming in to do that for us.
Didn't go unnoticed.
Yeah.
Thank you.